सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे 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 सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्।
Dear devotees, you are about to embark on the greatest journey of your life, a journey to the core of your inner being. Please, all in a low voice, follow the Omkar and let your mind reach a quietude of silence. All together, let us repeat the pranava. Please sit up straight, and in the quietness of your mind, hear the sound of your breathing. Breathe in and out, in, out. Now, open your eyes and see the light in front of you. This is the light of a candle. Gaze intently at the light. Now, feel the light shining in the center of your forehead. Now half close your eyes and feel the light in the center of your forehead. Now, let that light come down your neck to the center of your chest. Imagine a flower, a lotus, opening petal by petal to receive the light. Now the light is resting on the lotus. The lotus disappears. Only the light remains. But it is no more the light of the candle. It is a round ball of formless light, It is a light of divinity within you. Feel this light now expand, and feel the light going down your body, into your legs, up to your feet. Feel warmth as the light surges through your limbs. And make this mental vow, O Lord, my legs, touched by the light of your divinity, will always take me only to places of goodness. Feel the light surging upwards, up into your chest, around your shoulders, and down into your arms and fingers. Feel the warmth as this light surges through you. Make this mental vow, O Lord, my arms, touched by the light of your divinity, will only yearn to do what is good. Now feel the light surging upwards into your neck and into your face, into your head, and the light now shines in your eyes. Make a vow. My eyes must yearn to see only what is good. Feel the light now shining in your ears. My ears must yearn to hear only what is good. Feel the light now shining on your lips. My lips must yearn to only speak what is good. Now, feel this light now shining into your whole body. The light illumines the body. In your mind, repeat the words, the light is in me. Now feel the light expand. Expand, and you are now sitting in a ball of light, in a cone of formless light. Let your mind say, the light is within me, I am in the light. Feel a thrill of this light, and now feel this light expanding and filling this entire room with a divine glow. And let this light now go beyond this room, beyond and beyond, spreading ever further to this whole country, and beyond this country, beyond oceans and beyond nations. Let this light flow ever outwards to encompass the whole world. Now, imagine yourself, not your physical body, but an inner being within you, like a gigantic divine form, sitting on the globe, and the light of your divinity, the light of your love, encompassing the whole world. Stay for a moment, thrilled in that thought. Now, bring into your mind's eye and send your light of love to all the creatures of the world, all the animals and insects, creatures that fly or crawl. All of them are God's creatures. Send your light of love now to those whom you dislike or whom you think dislike you. Send your love, send your light of love to them. The same Atma in you is also in them. Let them feel the radiance of your light. Let them feel the radiance of your love. Now, into your mind's eye, bring those you love, your spouse, children, relations, friends, whoever. Bathe them with the divine glow of your love. Feel oneness with the whole world. Feel at peace with yourself. And now, look inside you. Can you imagine Do you see a ball of light within you? In this ball of light, bring in the form of the Ishtadeva, the divine being that you love and worship. See this form smiling within you. See this divine form raise his hands in blessing. You have shared your love with the world. Now, receive the blessing and darshan of the divine within. Stay for a moment, thrilled in this thought that you and he are one. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्रीभास्कराय विद्महे साईदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ प्रेमात्मनाय विद्महे हिरण्यगर्भाय धीमहि तन्नः सत्यः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर। अशहदु अन्ना इलाहा इल्लल्लाह, अशहदु अन्ना इलाहा इल्लल्लाह, अशहदु अन्ना मुहम्मदर रसूलल्लाह, अशहदु अन्ना मुहम्मदर रसूलल्लाह। हय्या अलल सलाह, हय्या अलल सलाह, حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
आज्ञा भैया काल की कभी चलायो बंद सब सीखन को कम है गुरु मानियो ग्रंथ गुरु ग्रंथ जी मानियो प्रगट गुलाटी में जो प्रभु को मिलो चाहे कोच शब्द मेरे राज करेगा खालसा बाकी रहे न कोई बाल हुए सब मिलेंगे बचे शरण जो होए वाहे गुरु नाम जहाँ चले चढ़े सो तेरे पार जो शरदा कर सेव दे गुरु पार उतारन हार जो शरदा कर सेव दे गुरु पार उतारन हार बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धर्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि ॐ नमो अरिहन्ताणं ॐ नमो सिद्धाणं ॐ नमो आर्ययाणं ॐ नमो गजाननं नमो ये सब साहोरं ते सोमं पारो सर्व पाप विनाशनो मंगलानं सर्वेषु परमं भवेयमङ्गलम्. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम्. गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः. सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्।
शम्भो कुमारा गौरी तनया, शम्भो कुमारा गौरी तनया, शम्भो कुमारा गौरी तनया।
नाथ नाथ साईं तुम हो अंतर्यामी, नाथ साईं तुम हो अंतर्यामी, नाथ नाथ साईं तुम हो अंतर्यामी, नाथ नाथ साईं तुम हो अंतर्यामी, तुम हो मेरे भगवान, तुम हो मेरे भगवान, तुम हो मेरे भगवान, तुम हो मेरे भगवान। जन सहारा दो मुझे, सहारा दो मुझे, दुख भंजन सहारा दो मुझे, दुख भंजन सहारा दो मुझे। ओ मेरे साईं भगवान, ओ मेरे साईं भगवान, ओ मेरे साईं भगवान, ओ मेरे साईं भगवान। हृदय मंदिर में आओ साईं मेरे, हृदय मंदिर में आओ साईं मेरे, हृदय मंदिर में आओ साईं मेरे, आओ साईं मेरे। दीजो कृपा वरदान, दीजो कृपा
सब बोले नमः शिवाय हर 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 महादेवा हर 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 महादेवा हम सब बोले नमः शिवाय हर 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 महादेवा हर 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 महादेवा हम सब बोले नमः शिवाय हर 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 महादेवा हर 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 महादेवा हम सब बोले नमः शिवाय हर 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 महादेवा हर 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 महादेवा तेरे ध्यान में खोए हम सब निश दिन तेरा भजन करो दिन तेरा भजन करो तेरे ध्यान में खोए हम सब निश दिन तेरा भजन करो तेरे ध्यान में खोए हम सब निश दिन तेरा भजन करो हर 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 महादेवा हर 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 महादेवा हर हर हर
Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. My life is my message, expansion is my life. My life is my message, expansion is my life. No reason for love, no season for love, no birth, no death. No reason for love, no season for love, no birth, no death. Prema Satya Ananda Shanti Dharma Ananda. Prema Satya Ananda Shanti Dharma Ananda. Shri Sai Satya Sai Prema Sai Jai Jai. Shri Sai Satya Sai Prema Sai Jai Jai. Shri Vava Satya Vava Prema Vava Jai Jai. Shri Vava Satya Vava Prema Vava Jai Jai. Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. My life is my message, expansion is my life. No reason for love, no season for love, no birth, no death. Prema Satya Ananda Shanti Dharma Ananda. Shri Sai Satya Sai Prema Sai Jai Jai. Shri Vava Satya Vava Prema Vava Jai Jai. Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My most humble pranams with appreciation and gratitude to our dearest Bhagawan in bringing this offering to you this warm Thursday evening. Swami says, bliss is my food. Jesse un, esse mon. As is the food, so is the mind. But isn't it strange how sometimes our mind plays games with us? And it could easily be said, Jesseman, Essean. As your mind plays games with you, you reach into the fridge, you reach out for foods that you may not particularly need to eat at that moment. So today we bring you a satsang entitled Bliss is Food. And it gives me great pleasure that we have been able to connect with a sister all the way in Mexico who is qualified as a nutritionist. She has served in Swami's organization for over 30 years, born into a Sai family. Sister Shanti is actually trained as a nutritionist, and she is qualified as a nutritionist coach, and she coaches people into this. She's born vegetarian and is also vegan now. A teacher in human values at all levels in the organization. She's been there right from the start and has served in many different wings, from devotional singing, as we just heard her say, love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. How beautiful are Swami's words, even when sung with different languages as well. So today we will be joined by Sister Shanti all the way in Mexico. But just to remind you that the aim of this satsang is only to provide general information. And it is also in line with Bhagawan's teachings. It is not to prescribe any specific dietary plans. It goes without saying that you must consider your own health and suitability of any advice that we give you according to your own health conditions, food-related allergies, and medication that you may take. I'm sure Swami will guide us in enlightening you with a lot more food for thought. Let me introduce you, Sister Shanti. Please welcome Sister Shanti. Sairam, Sister.
Sairam. I offer my most humble pranams and gratitude to Bhagawan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I am so happy and so grateful to be here. I want to share with you some of my experience with food related to Bhagavan's teachings. So, as you know, you have been doing this exercise for the past week. So, if you can just have the exercise with you, we will look over it in just a minute. Swami says, Jesse an esse man. As is the food, so is the mind. And we can also say, Jesse man esse an. As is the mind, so is the food. So Swami is constantly encouraging us to become healthier, to keep this body clean and pure, because this body is going to be our instrument through life. This instrument is it's going to help us to relate with others, serve others, and also very importantly to realize our own divinity. So we have this body, God gave us this body to realize divinity through service and through serving ourselves too. And here is where food has a very important role. Swami says, and also in the Bhagavad Gita, he said that man is consuming 3 types of food: satvic food, rajasic food, and tamasic food. The satvic food is not only milk and fruits and yogurt, but also it has to do with many other things. Also, the intake through the senses is going to build part of the individual, not only the food that we take through the mouth. So the quality of food is being determined by the vibrations that it is charged with. So it is very important that we understand the food process, understand where the vibrations are coming from and how can we change them, how can we transform them, so that every food that goes into our body becomes sattvic food. So now the sattvic food will be the food that promotes love, virtue, strength, happiness, cordiality. The rajasic food is the one that inflames, arouses, intoxicates, and heightens hunger. The tamasic food will be the food that depresses, disrupts, and also causes disease. So everything around us is really influencing in food. The company, the place where we are eating, the mind, the thoughts that we are having at the moment that we are partaking the food, the vessels where it's cooked, and also the emotions of the people who cooked the food that we are taking. So everything that is around us is influencing the nature and the emotions, you see, in taking the final product. So we have to understand that food is directly related to spirituality, because yes, food, what we take in, is conducting us toward a more spiritual life, or perhaps is holding us back. So Swami says that man is the only one that dislikes the food in its raw state. You see, all animals just eat things the way they are. But man is the one that cooks the food to satisfy the tongue. And in consequence of this cooking, most of the nutrients are destroyed. So it is important also to understand that raw food, fruits and vegetables are the best source of energy and nutrients for the body, for man's body. Swami also says the coconut offered to the god is sattvic and pure food. The coconut is actually a very, very good choice of food because it contains proteins, it contains starch, it contains fatty acids, and it also contains minerals. So now I would like to tell you a little story. Before I became a nutritionist, before I went to college, I was at a young adults activity. Well, it was actually not young adults, it was everyone. We had an activity, we had a gathering in a state here in Mexico called San Luis Potosí. And we were reading about food, and all in teams, we were working in teams, and people had to go in front of all, one member of the team had to go in front and to explain what we have read. So my team was like, they didn't really understand, we didn't really understand what Swami was saying about food, but they picked me. They say, okay, Shanti is going in front and she's going to explain. So because they picked me, well, I had to go in front. I had really no great idea of what I was explaining. So I prayed to Swami and I told him, Swami, please let me explain this in good words. Please help me with this explanation. So I was explaining just the same about sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic food. And then someone just raised his hand and asked and said, is it true that coconut is pure sattvic food? So this was the question. Because Swami says that coconut is pure sattvic. So all of a sudden, it just came into my mind, the answer. And I said, okay, it is not only about the coconut. It has to do with many other characteristics. For example, if you are taking the coconut in its natural state with a clear mind and relaxing, then this will be sattvic. if you are putting too much lemon and salt and chili, because that is what we do in Mexico with coconut, and then you start talking and gossiping perhaps, then this will become rajasic. And if you take this same coconut and you put it on the fridge and just leave it there for, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, and then go angry to the fridge and open the fridge and eat the coconut because you were just very hungry and angry at the same time, then this will become tamasic. So Swami blessed me with this experience so I could explain others about food, about sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic food back then. I was not even a nutritionist. So this is my beautiful experience with Swami. And, well, having too much spices will be rajasic. Having too much fat and starch will be tamasic. Also, Swami talks about overeating. It says that overeating makes the man helpless, the helpless target of the disease. And moderating food will be always the best medicine. The Gita also says, the food we eat will determine the type of thoughts that are sprouting in us. So while we take food, we should not be talking or thinking about anything else. So Swami says, whatever is offered to Brahman becomes prasad. So this food, when we offer it to Brahman, this becomes a gift from Brahman to us. So the Gita says, God himself, who is in a human form in you, is taking the food. Therefore, the food changes and it turns into food for God. So we should eat always peacefully and be aware that everything in our surroundings is affecting food. We should be aware of the material that are used to cook the food, of the pots where we want to cook the food, and of the process of the cooking, of who is cooking and what feelings are behind the one who is cooking. But also, before taking the food, we should do our prayers. So we offer the food to God, and then this food becomes a gift from God to us. Jai Sai Ram.
So that's wonderful, Shanti. That's a great insight. And I love the example about the coconut. So something so pure and sattvic, we end up making rajasic and tamasic through adding other ingredients and eating it in different environments as such. Now, I know we put some slides together, so it'd be nice to go through that. But how about going through and sharing a little bit more information about the food diary? So it was really interesting for me as well to actually complete a food diary. And when you actually sit and write down what you eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and also we had a box here where we completed our spiritual diary. So how much intake are we taking internally? Meditation, listening to satsangs, enjoying listening to bhajans, and such, and so much more. So it's really interesting when you sit down and write this down every day. If you haven't done so, you can do this by logging on to our resources page, which will be shared at the end of the session. You can do this anytime, but ideally for a week. So Sister Shanti, please share some more insight into how beneficial it is into completing a food diary.
Sairam. So now we are all going to pick up our diary, and we are going to review it together. Okay. So if we see now the first slide, can I have the first slide, please? After the one, it says, Bliss is my food, that is the presentation. So we have here in this first slide that the food we eat is composed of the following key components, some of which provide the body with energy, but all are important for good health and well-being. So we're going to understand these three components. Number one, carbohydrates. This is body's main source of energy. They can also be converted into proteins. So we find carbohydrates in starch, and we find them also in fruits. See, we find them in cereals. And we have proteins. Proteins provide amino acids, which make most of the cell structure, including the cell membrane. Everything in our body is protein. For example, the hair, the nails, the skin is built out of protein. See? This combination between protein and carbohydrate will make the DNA. You see, the double helix DNA, it's made with carbohydrate and protein. So these are very important. Also, these are a very good source of energy. Carbohydrates are giving us 4 calories per gram, and protein are giving us 3.8 calories per gram. Now we have fat. Fat gives energy, protects organs, absorbs other nutrients, and also helps making steroids and hormones, and has the highest caloric content. Okay, fat is very important because hormones have to land somewhere. You know, they are liberated from some of our organs, and they have to land in other organs. We have target organs, you know. So these target organs should have a small amount of fat. So that's why fat is so important. It also comes to recover the cell membrane. It's helping with the cell communication. So the cell membrane is going to be a combination of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So these three are essential, you see, for communication, for everything in the cells. Differentiation, for killing other organisms, you know, that could harm us. So cell membranes are one of the most important organelles in the cell. And also fats are giving us 9 calories per gram. So we're going to find fats, for example, in avocado. We're going to find fats also in dairy, in nuts and almonds. And we find there also protein. Protein is also in nuts and almonds, in all types of beans, and in sprouts mostly. And also soya and seitan, tempeh, hummus. There are many sources of protein. Now, vitamins and minerals, these are essential for normal metabolism, growth, development, and cell function. They work together with enzymes or other substances that are needed for a healthy life. Vitamins and minerals are not giving us calories, but they are helping in this assimilation process, you know, in the small intestine, where we assimilate most of the nutrients. They have to work together with the enzymes and help bring these nutrients into the bloodstream. Water makes up 60% of our body weight. It helps us regulate body temperature and maintaining other bodily functions. Our body needs more water every day than any other nutrient. So let's now think about blood. Blood is actually made up of water. So we need a lot of water so we can maintain in good state our bloodstream. So we go on to the next slide, please. And I love this slide. This is like one of my favorites because here we have a plate, and here we are learning how to balance nutrients. You know, for us nutritionists, we used to calculate calories, but I don't really like calculating calories because the intake of calories that we need every day it's going to be very different. For example, if today I am just sitting down, staying home, watching a movie, then I will need less calories. But if tomorrow I am going for a run or I am doing more physical activity, then I will need more. You see, so what is best is to understand this healthy eating plate that Harvard Medical School is providing us. So you see here in the left side, we have vegetables, and it's like a very big amount of vegetables. Here I have my plate. I just draw it. This is a very good tool. So if I see vegetables and I see fruits, I will see that here is half of the plate. You see, it's going to be raw. It's better if it's raw. Of course, you can have cooked vegetables, but when you have half of the plate raw, this is like the best option, So we are having, of course, salads, and in fruits we are having all kinds of fruits. Fruits from the seasonal fruits, and here also. In vegetables, because of the salads, we take in account the fats. The fat should be a very small amount. That's why you only see a very small olive oil container. So we should eat raw fats. You see, like not cooking with oils. People think that cooking with olive oil is healthier, but it's actually not. Olive oil will get heated and turn into smoke very easily. Its smoke point, it's very low. If you just heat it a bit, it will turn into smoke. And then this immediately will become a trans fat. So a trans fat is the worst fat ever. It will come into our organism and start all kind of diseases. So let's avoid cooking foods with oil. We can just boil them or use any other method, but not with oil. Oil, it should be, we should take the oil in its raw state, okay? So we have olive oil, for example. This is like the best oil ever for us because it's helping us with the cell membrane structure, and it's helping us with the hormones and many other functions. Now, on the other side of the plate, on the right side, you're going to see we have here half, and we have here above, we have whole grains, you see, and this is going to provide us the carbohydrates, okay? Carbohydrates come from a variety of whole grains, whole wheat, bread, pasta, brown rice, buckwheat, and we have to limit refined grains like white rice and white bread, because of the process of refination. This also starts many kind of diseases, and it turns into fat immediately. So we're not even taking carbohydrates, we're taking fat. Here down we have the healthy protein. So we have beans, peas, lentils, tofu. We have to limit high refined proteins that are found, for example, in vegetarian burgers or sausages and other processed foods. But of course, everything is a process. So if you are a very early vegetarian, like you just recently become vegetarian, your best choice is just to substitute the meals. If you were used to burgers, then just have soya burgers. Or if you were used to sausages, then just have some tofu sausages. This is like the best method. Later on at your pace, then you will be able to change these proteins into natural proteins, more natural proteins like beans and lentils. And also with the time, when you go further, then you will be able to change this into sprouts, because sprouts are the best source of protein. So everything is it's going step by step. So don't get desperate. This should be a very beautiful process, and you should enjoy it. Now let's go to our next slide. Oh, I'm sorry. Here is also water. See, drink water and limit tea and coffee. Limit dairy and juice. Limit all this to one serving each per day, and avoid sugary drinks. I do not recommend that much to drink juices. Many people believe they are healthy. They are. But when you have a juice, you just took out all the fiber from the fruit, no, and separated the sugar, the fructose. And although fructose goes into the cell without insulin, then it's just going to raise up your blood sugar levels. You see, so when you take a fruit, it's much better because it has every component of the fruit is important. You know, like the pectin, the fiber, the cellulose, everything is important. And in a juice, then you're only taking the sugar. So I suggest not to take that much juices, even if they are natural, but rather water or tea, and just to eat the fruit in its natural state. So now let's go to the next slide. And if you want to know about amounts, that's why I draw the plate. You can just take any plate at home and do exactly this, and just fill it with the food. You know, it's actually kind of fun. And with the time, well, you don't need the plate anymore, or you can just hang it, you know, and look at the plate when you are cooking and serving the food. So this is a very good and practical guide. So now we can go to the diary. So here we wrote what we have for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. So it is very important to understand that the nutrients change. You know, the carbohydrates from breakfast are not the same from lunch and for dinner. So now what we are going to do is to learn what kind of nutrients are like more are recommended, and then you can just compare. You see, you can compare your carbohydrates with these carbohydrates, your proteins with these proteins, your fats with these fats at every meal, at breakfast, at lunch, and at dinner. Okay, so for breakfast, what is ideal is to have vegetables, perhaps a bit of juice, but only a bit, you see, like green juice that has a lot of fiber. Fruits, seasonal fruit, natural marmalade, and spreads. For healthy protein, you can use plant-based milk, plain yogurt, coconut yogurt, nuts, or lentils. And whole grains, you could use cereal, bread toast, or oats, arepas, idlis, ragi, or pap. For example, in my breakfast, I'm always, like every day, I'm having a smoothie. Every day. This is with coconut milk, this has oat milk, this has chia, and this has blueberries. Mostly they are berries like strawberry, blueberry, or so. So why? Because I am already very used to this and I don't need to eat something solid. But when you are like more hungry, that you need to eat something solid, you could just go to lentils, you know, or yogurt or any other protein, see? But for me, a smoothie is okay. So at lunch, you can just have any vegetables, all colors, all textures, raw or cooked. It's obviously raw is better. Fruits, again, seasonal fruit. In healthy protein, you get tofu, beans, soya chunk, hummus, brown beans, chickpeas, and lentils. And in whole grains, you get wheat pasta, whole meal, bread, pita bread, tortilla, roti, and rice. So you can see if you're having one of these nutrients. For example, I have pasta with mushrooms and tomato sauce, beans and rice and blue corn tortilla, potatoes, tacos, seitan. This is my lunch, okay? So you can just now compare it. At dinner, vegetables, again, raw or cooked. You can have mushrooms. Fruits, it's very good to have neutral fruits at night, like apple, pear, or papaya, because otherwise, sometimes acidity comes at night. You know, many people feel this acidity at night coming. So when you have a neutral fruit, this acidity will not come. You will not experience this. For healthy protein, let's have soy, oat milk, tofu, hummus, and lentils. For whole grains, let's have rice, oat bagels, toast, flatbreads like roti, tortilla, or pita bread. For example, I have at night corn, sometimes oatmeal, sometimes in Mexico we have tostadas. This is like a tortilla. Also pasta, sometimes when I feel like very hungry. And also some days I also have a smoothie. Okay, so now you can just like now compare and see. You could also switch, if you were having a smoothie perhaps here or an oatmeal at lunch, you could just switch it and bring the oatmeal to the breakfast and have the complete meal at lunch. Okay, so next slide. Now here we have some recommendations. What to include in my meals. At breakfast, what is best to include is the whole wheat or rye toast with nut butter, black beans and tortilla. This is very Mexican. Tea, perhaps a citrus juice, plain yogurt, fruits, nuts, and oatmeal. You see, it's not like exactly a meal, but it's like very light because in the morning, your body is bringing out all the wastes. So you have to give it some space. So you drink tea so it can bring out all the wastes. You see, all the fat, and it's just recovering from night. So you should not put like a very complete meal. Just when you wake up, you have to wait a couple hours. At lunch, the type of carbohydrate is more important than the amount. So if you are more hungry, just switch into a better type of carbohydrate. See, like a whole wheat bread, this can be, or the blue corn tortilla. This is a very, very good type of carbohydrate. Vegetable sources other than potatoes, because we know that potatoes are vegetables. They come from the land, but they have too much starch. So we don't count them as vegetables. They go into carbohydrates, okay? So whenever you have potatoes, this is funny because some of my patients come and just fill this space with potatoes. It's like, no, potatoes don't go here. They go here, okay? We have to fill this space with green vegetables or fruits, okay? So vegetable sources, fruits, whole grains, beans, okay? This is healthier. And let's use healthy oils and healthy sources of fat. For example, coconut or avocado or nuts, almonds, peanut butter, okay? Now, at dinner, let's eat with your family or friends, relax, eat slowly. Fruits and fiber, tea, nuts, soy, almond, oat, milk, vegetables. I read a study in Harvard Medical School where it said that many people used to get depressed because they were dining alone. So that's why Harvard Medical School recommends us to dine with someone or to share with someone our dinner. So let's now go into the next slide. I hope you're taking some notes. Now, what to avoid? Okay, this is very, very important. Because sometimes we're not aware that we are intaking these foods, okay? What to avoid at breakfast? Donuts, croissants, waffles, fatty and salty food, box processed cereal, skipping breakfast also, because this will be associated with the increased risk of obesity and also heart stroke. People that does not break fast, they have a higher risk of a heart stroke. So it's very important to avoid these carbohydrates because they just bring the cholesterol up, and this is bad for the organism. At lunch, we should avoid carbohydrates like fried carbohydrates. Everything that's fried, we should really, really avoid it, you see, because this trans fat comes into our bloodstream and it stays there. There is no way to bring it out again. So whatever you eat that it's fried, it would just go directly into your bloodstreams. It will just get stuck there, and then your blood pressure will go up, and there is no way to bring this down. So we have to do it through diet to avoid these carbohydrates and these trans fats, okay? And this is actually not bringing any nutrients into us, it's turning directly into fat. And this is wasted energy because we have this storage of energy that we cannot use. We cannot use it for studying, for doing some sport. We cannot use it. It's just useless and it's stored in the body. Let's avoid also, let me see. Oh, okay. In lunch, fruits and whole grains and beans are healthier, of course. And it's better to use healthy oils and healthy sources of fat. As I said, let's avoid everything that is fried. At dinner, let's avoid eating too much. As Swami said, when we eat too much, we are just becoming the target of the disease. And this is also wasted food because our body only needs an amount of food. So when you are overeating this excess, you are actually not using it. It's just being waste. Swami says you have a lot of air surrounding you, but you only breathe what you need. You have a lot of water, but you only drink what you need. So it's the same. We should only eat what we need. So we have to also avoid fats and cheese. Why? Because our body has to rest. We have to go to sleep, 6 hours sleep, 8 hours sleep. Our body is repairing. With all the nutrients from the day, it's going to repair the DNA, repair the hair, repair the skin, repair everything, the blood, everything, you see? So it has to rest, and you cannot give it like a very strong meal at night because otherwise you will become sick, okay? Let's also avoid stimulants like coffee, black tea, alcohol, and chocolate, and also bread. Bread is not very recommended at night. So now let's go to the next slide, and here is the question. How to schedule the food intake, right? So now we have this, and this is going to be like our best friend, like our guide, and now we have to work on the schedule. So we go into the next slide, and we see that we have, it's actually very simple, as 1, 2, 3. At morning, when we wake up, we just have a tea, any tea, jasmine tea, green tea. Why? As I said, we have to go to the bathroom because we have to take out all the impurities. This is very important. This is an elimination process that is being activated in the morning. So we should not interrupt it like waking up and eating. No, we have to wait. We take some tea, we wait 20 minutes, perhaps 30, we go to the bathroom, and then we come back and we have breakfast, okay? So let's just not interrupt that process. So we wait 20 or 30 minutes after our tea, and then we're having breakfast, and exactly 2.5 or 3 hours later, we are having our first snack, okay? Why are we snacking? Because human body, after 4 hours of not taking food, will activate fasting mechanisms, and it's going to force the liver to bring out the glycogen and turn it into glucose. This process is called neogluconeogenesis. This means from the fat or from the storage in the liver, whatever we have stored in liver, in stock, we are turning this into glucose, and this is consuming a lot of energy. So we have to avoid fasting, see? So we just have breakfast, 2 or 3 hours later, a snack. I have here popcorn because at home have this machine that has this hot air mechanism. So you put in the corn, and with the hot air, the corn is going to pop. So I'm not using any oil, so I just love this as a snack. At lunch, we can use lunch boxes. This is a very good tool. Like if we're going somewhere, we could actually take with us a lunch box, because it will be perhaps funny to take the plate, but we can have a lunch box. And in a lunch box, we can see like also the divisions, and if we are having food elsewhere, we can just put the food into the divisions and understand if we are eating a healthy plate, okay? After this, again, 2 or 3 hours later, we are having our second snack, and 2 and 3 hours later, we are having our dinner. So now let's move into the next slide. We could just put an alarm also in the clock. That's very useful, in the cell phone, like an alarm 2 hours or 2.5 or 3 hours. I have to snack. So that it's like a very, very good tool. So now we have here 7 ways to snack smarter according to Harvard Medical School. First is go for the grain, whole grain snacks like whole grain, low salt pretzels, tortilla chips, high fiber cereals. Number 2, bring back the breakfast. Example, a slice of whole grain toast topped with nut butter, low sugar granola. This could also work. Number 3, try a high-low combination. Combine small amounts of healthy fat like peanut butter with something very light, for example, apple slices or any other fruit. Number 4, go nuts if it's suitable. If it's suitable, because there are people that are not able to eat big amounts of nuts. For example, if you are having headaches or migraine, you should not eat nuts. Use unsalted nuts, almonds, walnuts, peanuts, roasted pumpkin seeds, cashews, fibers, and everything in moderation, okay? What fills your hand, what fills your hand should be enough of nuts, okay? The combo snack, try to have more than just one micronutrient. Try whole grain crackers, also could be with some low-fat cheese or vegan cheese. There are many sources of vegan cheese and they are delicious. Snack mindfully, this means don't eat your snack while doing something else. Number 7, take it with you. So you should think a bit ahead and say, okay, I'm just going out today, so I have to carry my snack. Because otherwise I'll just turn into desperation and buy anything, a chocolate or anything at the machine, some cookies. So it's better to carry my own snack.
So that's just wonderful, because that reminds us how we started at the beginning. Jesse un, esse mun, and Jesse mun, esse un. So the mind is playing games with us, as it always is. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shanti.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're going to have a video now, and Swami's going to explain why we pray before we eat, and thereafter we'll follow the Brahma Pranam, and also we will learn the meaning of Brahma Pranam and the importance of that. Jai Saram.
At the time of dining, you offer prayer. Why should we offer prayer at the time of partaking food? Basing on the propagation of Gita, when the container is clean, when the material is clean, the process of the cooking is clean, then only the heart will be pure. Or the cooker is clean. Or the cook. It's not possible to anyone to find out the defects in either of the 3. We go to the market and buy vegetables. These vegetables, where from you are stolen, whose property it is. So it's not possible to know the defects. We go to the market and buy rice. We purchase all that is needed. It's not possible for us to decide whether it's sacred or unsacred. But however, we can clean the container. we do not know whether the cleaner is cleaning the container or not.
ఇంకా వంట వాడు ఏ విధంగా వంట వండుతున్నాడు, వండేసినాడు, ఏ బ్యాడ్ థాట్స్ లో పెట్టుకొని వండుతున్నాడు, ఆ థాట్స్ యొక్క ప్రభావం అంతా వంటలో ప్రవేశిస్తుంటారు.
Then the cook, with what thoughts he is cooking. If he has bad thoughts, they will enter in the process of cooking.
కనుకనే చేసే అన్నీ వేసే మనసు అన్నారు. ఎలాంటి మనసు అలాంటి అందంగా తయారవుతుంది.
As is the mind, so is the food.
కనుక వండేటువంటి వాడు మంచి భావాలతో వండినప్పుడే ఆ యొక్క దీంట్లో మంచి పరిపక్వమైనటువంటి ఆహారము, పరిశుద్ధమైన ఆహారము, పుష్టికరమైనటువంటి ఆహారము, పవిత్రమైనటువంటి భావాలను అనుభవించేటువంటి ఆహారము తయారవుతుంది.
Therefore, if the cook cooks food with pure thoughts, good thoughts, all the food will be good, and then good thoughts will come out of us.
కనుకనే ఈ మూడు శుద్ధములను మనం విచారణ చేయడం సాధ్యం కాదు. కనుకనే మనం బ్రహ్మార్పణము ఈ భగవత్ యొక్క అద్భుతంగా భావించినప్పుడు ఇందులో సర్వదోషములు కూడా పరిహారం అయిపోతుంది.
ఓం బ్రహ్మార్పణం బ్రహ్మహవిః బ్రహ్మాగ్నో బ్రహ్మణాహుతం బ్రహ్మైవ తేన గంతవ్యం బ్రహ్మకర్మ సమాధినా అహం వైశ్వానరో భూత్వా ప్రాణినాం దేహమాశ్రితః ప్రాణాపానసమాయుక్తః పచామ్యన్నం చతుర్విధం. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి.
Jai Sai Ram. Thank you so much. With sincere gratitude and appreciation, Sister Shanti, all the way from Mexico to share her love and passion on nutrition and healthy eating, combined with Swami's words and wisdom. I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed and taken away some wonderful and useful tips how to apply healthy eating in your life. I sincerely hope that you do take back some small nuggets of bliss from this opportunity that we've had to share with Sister Shanti. So thank you so much, Sister Shanti. We've had some wonderful comments on YouTube, and I sincerely thank you, Swami, for bringing us together all the way in Mexico with a time difference, but we have managed this so perfectly. So thank you so much. But Swami says, first comes faith. And I've been watching many satsangs recently, and faith comes first before experience. And I just wanted to share something that Sister Shanti shared with me when I learned a little bit more about her. And I was playing with the question about whether it is good to fast, or, as we say in Gujarati, to keep a bada. I'll give up something food-wise so that Swami may grant my wishes and my prayers. Is that a positive thing or a negative thing? I've always thought it was a negative thing because I wouldn't barter with God, but a sincere heart and a sincere prayer, why not? So Sister Shanti shared with me how she met her fiancé, Mario, and how he was not a vegetarian, but through experience, through faith of actually coming to know Shanti and her love for Bhagawan, he became interested in learning his teachings. And actually, he became a vegetarian through this experience. So they are together, and I wish them well on their journey together. So first, then experience. And I'm sure you'll agree that Sister Shanti has shared her immense faith in Swami in her own personal career as being a nutritionist. He's actually coordinates on Serve the Planet Committee, which is an international organization as part of the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization. And she travels around South America, giving talks on healthy eating and food-related study circles. So I'm so grateful to Swami for bringing us together and for you to be able to share your wisdom and knowledge and love. I just wanted to close by saying that please do go on to www.nrscicentre.org.uk where you can download the resources. Stay tuned because there will be an important announcement about Saturday's Bhagavad Puja that is happening online 3 p.m. UK time. Please do join us from across the globe. Also, to keep our bodies healthy, we have had wonderful information from Shanti about food, but what about that physical energy and that mental energy? How do we maintain that? Well, that is certainly through yoga. So stay home, stay safe, and stay fit. From Saturday, the 30th of May, we will be having live yoga sessions on Saturday from 8 a.m. and also on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. This is UK time. It is there to calm the mind, to improve flexibility, to perfect your body posture. I know when we go to Prashanti, sitting on the floor is quite a challenge for many of us. Why not use this time to do that? Get your energy levels up, higher than they have ever been. I know last month we shared and we learnt the attitude of gratitude and about being mindful. This is all very much about going inwards. And it is definitely about intake as well, spiritually and food. So Swami's last words that keep coming up in many discourses that I've come across recently when I was doing some research. And Swami says the observance of the 3 Ps, that's purity, patience, and perseverance, vouchsafes permanent happiness and good health free from disease. I wish you well. Stay safe. Stay connected inside. Jai Sai Ram.
Oh.
Truth is my breath, bliss is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. My life is my message, expansion is my life. My life is my message, expansion is my life. No vision for love, no season for love. No birth, no death, no birth, no death. Love is my form, truth is my faith, peace is my faith. Love is my form, truth is my faith, peace is my faith. Love is my form, truth is my faith, peace is my
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. प्रविष्ण तु रामकृष्ण तु रहे बताओ तू, रहे बताओ तू। वासुदेव गो विश्वरूप तु चिदानन्द हरि तू, अद्वितीय तु अकाल निर्भय आत्मलिंग शिव तू, आत्मलिंग शिव तू, आत्मलिंग शिव तू। ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे, भक्त जना संरक्षक, भक्त जना संरक्षक, पति महेश्वरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते, स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते, आश्रित कल्पलतिका, आश्रित कल्पलतिका, आपद्बान्धवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, माता पिता गुरुदेव मरियन्तयुनीवे, स्वामी मरियन्तयुनीवे, नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ, नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ, नागेन्द्र शयना। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओंकार रूप जय श्री साई महादेवा, सत्य साई महादेवा। मंगल आरती अंधक, मंगल आरती अंधक, मंगल गिरिधारी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। जय सद्गुरुदेवा, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। जय सद्गुरुदेवा, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। जय सद्गुरुदेवा। शांति शांति शांति।
समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु, समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु, समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। शांति शांति शांतिः। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
Jai Sai Ram. We all know now that with the mercy, grace and compassion of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, we will be all performing a Paduka Puja this Saturday at 3 p.m. hopefully until about 4:45 p.m. These are the very feet which the clever boatmen washed of Lord Rama in the times of the Ramayana. These are the very feet from which the Ganges and Yamuna was flowing during Shirdi Baba's time for Dasganu Maharaj, who wanted to go to Prayag for a pilgrimage. Bhagawan thus showed that all pilgrimage is at his very lotus feet. And these are the feet we are going to all worship on this Saturday. How lucky and blessed we are that we are getting an opportunity to do so again with the grace of our beloved Bhagawan. Just to reiterate for everybody, to get the Paduka Puja items, you need to go to our website and find out the items, and only get them if you go shopping for your normal home products that you need to buy for your daily shopping. Also, there was another question that if somebody does not have padukas or they have small padukas, what should they do? Well, the answer is you can use small padukas or padukas of any size. If you don't have padukas, you can also use an idol of any deity that you like, preferably with their feet showing, so that you can worship their lotus feet. Paduka Puja cannot be done on a picture or an image simply because you have to wash the padukas with 9 liquids, different liquids. For those of you who've done the Paduka Puja, you would know what I mean. So again, just to reiterate that if it's something like betel leaves that you don't have, don't specially go out to get them. It is fine. And if you don't have padukas, you can even use the image or an idol of the deity of your choice. So let's pray to Bhagawan and look forward to worshipping his lotus feet and praying at his lotus feet during these times when there are so many people dying or are in the hospital suffering due to the coronavirus. So we will all pray for world peace. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Sai Ram.